what is going on. So this is my camera on my phone. I literally just took a shower, came in here, turned it on, and I'm like glowing. I'm wiping off the fucking thing and it's still glowing. This is really weird. I was going to do a video. Something up there. It's a little distracting. I was going to do a video for a while now and I was dying. Okay? Like, not okay. And like, to see this is like, what the fuck is going on? But it's so much. There's so much. There's always so much. I should just fucking record every day regardless of the circumstances, but sometimes I physically can't. I couldn't. I've got stuff going on. When I got stuff going on in my personal life, I feel like there's a fucking filter and it's just my regular phone. I wish I could prove it, but I don't know. I don't know how to prove it other than you guys know me. When personal stuff's going on in my life with the ADHD mind and everything like that, it throws me off. So I finally like I've been going through it for fucking over a month now. And like the first round of stuff I got through, and then the second round of stuff shows up, and it's like, and it's stuff that like I don't think I did. I've looked, I've tried to find out, I've tried my hardest to be like, what is this? Okay? And I've been keeping it to myself, which is probably another mistake, but I keep things to myself because there's manipulators and haters and people out there who will like thrive off of your misery. And other stuff is happening that is making me feel like this is something else, like on multiple levels. And there's so many levels. It's multidimensional, man. Everything is multidimensional. Anyways, the videos that I had wanted to record about were going to be about like connecting with spirit, and then I was setting up the Patreon stuff, and then I was also dealing with this other shit that just like came out of the woodworks, and I'm being sued for a large amount of money. And they're trying to say that I took out money that I never took out, and I looked through everything I have. I printed out my full credit report. I printed out me searching my emails for anything to do with this, and the only thing that like comes back with that person, the name of the company that would be like, this is who you're drawing off of, is connected to several places. They're connected to like those magazines, like I had one of those cards a long time ago for like one of those magazines that has like microwaves and toaster ovens and mitts, you know, can't think of the name of it, but it was like a $300 card. And then there was another one for them for a different credit card, same type of feel, that was like a $600 card. What they're trying to say I took out is like thousands. And the only other thing that's under the name of this place connects to PayPal. PayPal had sent me money 3 times, totaling $16,000. I paid all of those off in full, and I can show that I paid it all off in full. I printed it all out. It's right here. Like, and I've been doing this all myself because that's just what happens. When court shit happens, Bridget figures it out herself. And I've won every time. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but some other stuff's happening that's like, what is fucking happening? I feel like it's a couple of things, though. I feel like people are trying to attack me with certain stuff, and I know that may sound crazy, but people do that type of shit. People do manipulative, weird shit. I didn't know it until I hung out with people who would be like, I did this, or I do that, or people that I know do these things. And it's like, why? Like, fucked up shit, man. Like, knowing something about you personally and, like, manipulating a map to make sure that things that happen in that area fuck with you specifically. Doesn't matter if it fucks with everybody in your area. They're doing it to you, too. And they don't care about those other people. They don't care about repercussions. So they do that type of weird-ass shit. Like, weird-ass shit. You know? Like, they know your favorite candy. All of a sudden, your favorite candy's gone. Okay? And I'm laughing because this stuff used to happen to my mother, and it's the type of shit that happens to me. It's like anytime I find something I like, or anytime like things seem to be going okay, it's like boom, boom, boom. But every time those things happen, I get propelled forward. I felt my darkest this last month. I felt like suicidal darkness. Like I did not want to function anymore. I didn't want to get up anymore. I was not okay. There's certain people too that are like just triggering me by their existence on the planet, and it's like, and it's random ass shit that's like, I feel like it's past life stuff, it's current life stuff. Like, there's nobody that I would harm or anything like that. There's nothing like that. There's things that, like, my response to this type of stuff is like just wanting to shut down, not wanting anyone to look at me, not wanting to give anyone a motherfucking reason to do stuff to me. That's like, all right, I'll just go die. I'll just go die and you'll be happy. Like, that's how I respond. These other motherfuckers don't respond like that. But what I have noticed happens is when I get out of that place of like, I'll just die, it's fine, I propel forward and things get really good for me. So looking at what's been happening, like with this thing and then other things like consecutively, like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Like, I was working on this today and I go downstairs and my dad hands me a letter and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Totally different, other thing. I'm like, so, and 3 of them came so far, 3 of them. And I'm like, what is happening? So I'm also looking into figuring that out, because this is not on my credit report, man. This is not, I didn't do this. The only thing I ever took out was like a $6,000 thing and a $4,000 thing, and I can prove that I paid it all in full. And I could show you everything I've had since I was 18 years old with my Volkswagen Jetta. Like, literally, everything has been, and I keep track of it all. Look. 16,000 paid. What do you owe? 0. Okay, nothing. The only reason I haven't printed these out is because these ones do not show up on my credit report for some reason. It's because I know, like, it was a thing. I was making so much money through PayPal that PayPal was like, hey, do you want to take out like a little loany loan and pay us back with your sales? So every time, like, I take out $6,000, anytime somebody bought something, they'd take 30% of that sale and pay off the loan. I did that 3 different times with them, paid them all off. Neither here nor there. There's been a lot of shit going on, and it's been blocking me. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other people out there who do what I do that are like, you know, healers, empaths, light workers, whatever, and they do like the moon reports. And there's been people like literally after the full moon that were like, oh my god, you may feel like you're dying, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, I kind of do feel like I'm dying. The purpose of what I wanted to make a video for was to connect with spirit, and I was letting that also be a block because I was like, how should I approach it? Should I do it this way or should I do it that way? Blah, 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 blah. Like, overthinking it. And I ended up watching a video from somebody else. I can't remember exactly what it was called. It was like a little webinar thing, and they were talking about how they connect to spirit. And they said word for word shit that I have said years ago, okay? Like, you can go back and watch the videos. Like, when I did, like, the starseed characteristics, I would always say, like, literally, I'll just come on here and whatever comes out of me for a reason. And I find majority of the feedback whenever that happens is positive, and OMG, that's exactly correct for them. And I trust that my messages get to who they're meant to get to. A lot of times what I have done in the past, what I like, even Alcyon Light Healing, right? Like, I was like, they downloaded into me the topics, and then I would hit record and talk about the topic, and it, like, because of the clear knowing. So that's how I connect to spirit, and I feel like they're urging me to stop fucking stalling, to stop letting these other things like derail me so much. Not really worry about it because it's propelling me forward. And also, I did a 5-day thing, right? Like, let me just throw some more shit on myself. I did, but I didn't expect it to be so bad. Like, this positive lady gets on and she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna work on your subconscious beliefs and it's gonna be powerful and amazing and awesome sauce. And all the people in there are still having mental breakdowns like today. And I'm like, what did you do to us? Because what the actual fuck? But it was to do with abundance and stuff. So it's interesting to see like these things showing up with abundance. Like, on the first day I got an unexpected $700. I had other things manifest throughout like the challenge time. Since then, I've felt like I was like, even during it, there was every time I tried to listen to like the first or second day, I would fall asleep. Like, I slept hardcore this last month. last couple of weeks, I just couldn't, like tonight was a struggle. I was like, you gotta take a shower so you can record a video. And I was literally like fighting myself, crying, like, I can't. But I know I can, and I know once I do 11/11, I'll get past it. So that's also part of, if you're a starseed, a healer, somebody that wants to connect to spirit, or probably already is connecting to spirit, but you may not be recognizing it, or you may forget sometimes. Like, you are already connected to spirit. How you're gonna do it the best way is up to you to explore and decide. Like, I do automatic writing, I do trance channeling, I do clear knowing, I do the cards, I do like candle stuff, like I create things, you know, like I just trust. I think it's dependent upon your gift. Like, I'm clear knowing, but that does not mean that like it's easier, you know, like, because we still doubt ourselves. It's like, is that clear knowing, or is that anxiety, or is that fucking like just me making shit up? Sometimes you feel crazy, but I have a track record that I've accumulated over the last like 13 years now that has shown me that a majority of the time I'm not crazy, I'm not making it up. Like, I get confirmations that's like, that's exactly what's happening. And a lot of times it happens when I'm channeling, like me holding everything inside of myself, not talking about anything, trying to deal with everything and just shutting down is the worst thing I can do, because nothing flows anymore. But when I like and I start looking at things from other perspectives, and I start sharing stuff, being in service, it shifts, it changes. I just saw something. Try to practice listening to the inner voice. It's not going to sound like, ooh, Bridget, okay? Like, what if something happened today and that I did hear a different voice, and I was like, oh, like the voice of God, right? What I guess I imagine the voice of God to be like, I don't even know. But I don't normally hear like other voices. And in that instance, I wasn't really like, I was open to spirit. It was kind of just like thinking about it and then hearing it. These things happen too. It's like sometimes one of your gifts will be more predominant than another gift, or it will shift and strengthen and decline depending on what you're doing. But also depending on if you're trusting yourself and if you're verbalizing on things, because a lot of times what people do is they dismiss their intuition and then they kick themselves in the ass for doing so. Like, I fucking knew it. I knew they were cheating on me. I knew they were lying to me. Or I knew this was going to happen. Or I should have shown up that time. Or I wish that I had. And all of that is your intuition. That's your connection. And when we think about connecting to spirit, it's connecting to yourself. When I first started channeling, that was another thing that guy talked about too. He channels like a group of beings, which I channel a group of beings. But throughout the years, he realized that that group of beings is himself, because I am presence. And I have said this before. And even in that, right? Like when we connect to spirit, getting those like, what are the fucking chances that I'm going to click on some other dude's video around the time that I'm thinking about doing this video, and he reminds me of the ways that I connect to spirit, and the beliefs that I have about connecting to spirit, and the fact that I should just do that and communicate, because that's how I've done it all along, and that's how I seem to do best. There's been other things happening too, like people's voices in the back of my head that like have actually said something to me, and it's like, what are you fucking talking about, and why the fuck are you saying that? Like, and there's so many reasons too. Like, sometimes people say things to you or do things to you and they don't even realize it. They don't even get it. They're just like, they just don't understand what they're doing or saying, and they have no self-awareness in that department. I try not to do that to people, but I'm sure I have. Okay, like we all can be insensitive at times when it comes to other people's things, but there's just so, and I've seen an influx of it too lately. Like, I'll see a fucking picture of something and like, or a video of something, and I go in the comments and it's like people are tearing people apart no matter what, and I'm like, I didn't even notice like that the guy had a little thing on his nose, or like the lady had a space between her teeth. Like, dismissing this whole company because the spokesperson they used had a fucking space between her front teeth, as if to say that it's not classy enough or something. Like, you're not classy enough, dude. what is fucking wrong with you? And a majority of the people that do that stuff are projecting it, and they're like, you know, like, I'm aware that there's some weird people and that there's some weird looking things on the planet. Sometimes it's funny, but it's become disgusting how often people are just freely tearing other people apart, criticizing other people when they're doing nothing. They're absolutely like, where's your post? Where's your picture? Are you modeling for a company that we should compare your teeth to her teeth? Little kids, they like, I saw a thing today, it was 20 versus 1 or something for a little boy that was like 8 years old, having 20 other 8-year-old-ish girls coming to like twerk in front of him and dance in front of him and asking, is their outfit turning him on at 8 years old? And the parents are like, ooh, I don't know. So yeah, this world is fucked up, and it's hard to always be happy on it. There's been a lot of things going on. I do plan on making more videos in regards to connecting to spirit, but I also would like to know what people want to know in regards to connecting to spirit. If you have questions about it, would you prefer me to do a live stream? You know, like, I can mix it up. But yeah, I basically just needed to get over that fucking hump of not recording and come out here and say, like, what I've been dealing with, even though I didn't really want to, because people suck and they fucking do fucking, they're judging me anyways already before knowing anything. Fuck you. What are you doing? Why don't we see you? And there's another thing too, like, there's people who think they know me so well, but you do not know me so well, okay? Because of the shit that you fucking say. If you knew an ounce about me, you would not say the shit. There's people that will be being blocked, okay? Many people will be being blocked. I've blocked an individual several times from multiple channels that I have that continuously says fucked up shit. Like, really fucked up shit. And I'm sure some of you probably, because you're intuitive women, many of you, and some intuitive gentlemen that are not fucked in the head and just say horrible fucked up shit for no reason under the guise of being nice. What is the fucking wrong with you, and why won't you fucking stay away? Anyways, I know some of you are gonna know. You'll probably just go look back on some of the past videos, okay? Go look at the comments in the past videos that I've put out, and you'll know what I mean. Just nasty ass fucking stupid ass shit being like but at the same time knows absolutely nothing about me. From the natural color of my hair, to what I have on my body, to where I live, to what I do, to what I like, and who I am. And what I am to them is nothing. But that's not what they think. So yeah, we'll be blocking more people, we'll be doing more things, we'll be sharing more energy updates, but yeah, I just needed to let you know I've been going through it, and if you've been going through it, I do feel like we will be propelling forward. Like, I felt depleted, I felt drained, I felt like I could not function. I felt like I took a fucking gummy that I'm like, did somebody do something to this? Because it was one gummy, man. Like, I've taken gummies in the past. I've never had a problem with taking gummies. But I'm not like a regular everyday gummy taker. But I got these gummies, and I opened a bag. But when I opened the bag, I noticed there was a slice in front of the bag that could access that little pouch that you open up to access the gummies. So I was like, well, maybe somebody did it with a box cutter or whatever. And I took one, and then I spent like 48 hours, really difficult, hard time breathing, hard time talking, hard time functioning. I had to go to the store at one point, and I was like things were like, it was bad. But because I was already in that, like, I don't care if I live or die phase, I was acceptant of death and was like, that's fine. Like, I'm not in pain. I'm just feeling overwhelmed and exhausted at the same time. And I ended up sleeping for like 2 days on top of that, already like not feeling well and all of that. So it's been hard. This past month has been very hard. So I'm sorry if you're going through it too. But the first step to connecting with spirit is to just do so. Like, just know that you are doing so. You already are. You can't cut it off. It's not going to ever go away. Your intuition is you connecting with your spirit, really. You can strengthen it, you can get better at it, you can practice it, and there's many ways to do it, which we can talk about, but I do feel like, you know, just trust and know that you are connecting to spirit, and spirit is essentially you. Like, we're all rippling, you know, back and forth off of each other. We're all triggering each other. We're all mirroring in different ways. And a lot of times, like, when we go through these things, like when we get like that resistance, like where I'm like, I don't even want to look at you. I want to block all you people that I've just like passively let be motherfuckers for so fucking long. Which I actually saw. I don't know if you know the videos. There's a girl, she's like, she always wears like a third eye thing, but she makes funny videos about like the universe talking to you and giving you numbers and signs, but like at the same time not telling you fucking anything. And she's wicked funny, but she made a video recently and she's like, if you have one of these placements, you're most likely this type of person where it's like somebody could do you wrong today, and it may be a month, it may be a year, it may be 5 years, it may be 20 years, that all of a sudden you just decide that you no longer are going to put up with them anymore and you're gone. And she's like, no friends are safe with these placements, because it's like they step out of line and you're okay with it, you're just like passive about it, and then all of a sudden you're just like, fuck you, I'm done. And that is how I am. I do that. Like, I stayed in a relationship for 10 years and then was like, bye, ghost. I ghosted him like after 10 years but that was also because of the circumstances. But it took me 10 years to get to that point of just being like, and I have put up with shit for a long ass time with people that I'm just like done putting up with. And there's things too that it's like, I don't even want certain energy near me anymore or looking at me. Like go do something with yourself, okay? Like, if you're not here to learn or grow or heal or be supportive, go the fuck away. What do you fucking want? What is the point? Do you really have nothing else to do with your time and energy? Just be normal, man. Go do something else. Like, you know? Especially with the weird ass fucking double shit. The double weirdness. I really like you, but I hate you. You're so nice and awesome sauce, but you're demonic. Okay, motherfucker. Go away. Okay? So hopefully you guys are feeling alright. And if you do have any questions about something specific to do with this topic, let me know. This was more so just like a check-in, let you know I am alive.